Alright everybody, so I wanted to take a few minutes to go over the essay plan for you guys for tomorrow and Wednesday, and just do this before we did the Google Hangout to see if you guys had any questions, and you could always refer back to this to see if there's anything you need help with. So, the pairs for tomorrow, you guys see them there. I'm not going to read them out loud, but you see them up there. That's what I'm expecting to see on papers when you guys go to submit these. The reality of the matter is, if somebody is absent for both of those days, or you guys aren't getting in contact if someone's absent for one of those days, you're going to have to split, and each person is going to have to do this on their own. There's just no real ideal way to address that issue. So hopefully there's no absence issues, so we don't have to concern ourselves with that. If we do, and you are the person who's in class both days, write it on your own, and the person who is absent, you'll have to kind of go your own way. And we'll solve that when you get back, okay? Or when I get back. So, the prompt by now, you guys are familiar with. You're going to get a paper that looks like this tomorrow. It's going to be cut into like a third size sheet of paper. I'll just read it to you. So the prompt again is, analyze similarities and differences in methods of political control in two of the following empires in the classical period. So you could do Han China, you could do Mauryan and Gupta India, you could do Imperial Rome, you could do Achaemenid Persia, and it is a comparative essay, so you'll need to do similarities and differences throughout. So if you guys notice at the bottom, it says you should write at least 3 body paragraphs, and I have that in red and bolded. It's because the paper you're going to get in school says you have to do 2 similarities and 2 differences paragraphs. You don't have to do that. I just need 3 body paragraphs. You can do similarities and differences within the paragraphs, and I'll show you that in a moment or two, so that you can see that, but I need 3 body paragraphs from you, so we'll explain what that looks like in a little bit. But it also says look over your long essay question rubric on page 77 of the Essentials Guide. Focus on how to earn points for the thesis or the claim, for the evidence, and the analysis and reasoning. And it says also look over the steps on how to write a long essay on page 78 of the Essentials Guide. But you do need to remember you're not writing the entire essay, so you're going to see stuff on the rubric that does not apply to you. So do not worry about it. You just worry about thesis and claim, the evidence, and the analysis and reasoning. If you have questions, we'll answer them tonight, hopefully, in the Google Hangout, or you can post them on the Mr. Lutz is absent, I have questions, or whatever it's called, something like that on Schoology. And classmates, feel free to answer it. I can answer it if need be, but that's how we'll take care of this. Then the last thing for the directions, academic integrity. You guys know what I told you about this week. Just be careful, talk, have discussions, that's absolutely fine, but I would really not be sharing your argument with other people because I don't want to see similarities in arguments. I want to see unique arguments made between each of the groups. Last thing, as far as the points go, the essay will be worth 30 points. So I'm grading you based on 6 rubric points. If you don't earn a rubric point, you lose 2 points of the 30. So basically, if you earn a 0 out of 6 on the essay, and as long as you tried to do your best, you could still earn an 18 out of 30, which is like a 60, I don't know, 62% maybe. But you have 2 days to do this. You're going to earn some points. You're going to do just fine on this. The point is you're not going to get a 0 for 2 days of work in which, you guys are busting your butt trying to figure things out. So do your best. That's what counts. And let's get into how this is going to look. So this ties into Key Concept 2.2. I'm not going to beat you over the head with that. I just wanted to put that up there. Scoot this out of the way. So I told you guys you're going to be getting index cards from me. Okay? You're going to have 1 green card. That's where you're going to write your thesis statement. You're going to have 3 yellow cards. Those will be for your 3 body paragraph topic sentences. You're going to get 3 orange cards. So each of the orange cards will be the evidence for your different paragraphs, and then you'll have 3 pink cards, and that will be your analysis for each one of your body paragraphs. So what I want you to do, so things are clear for me, is, and I have the cards laid out right now. Here's your green card, so you would just write, and I gotta do this in a funky way. Write thesis statement, and also do me a favor, put the name of you and your partner on the backside of each one of your cards, just like right there. Just put your 2 names there so that I have it. So your green card will be your thesis statement. Let's get that focused in. There we go. And then the yellow card, you guys see it says assertion, or your topic sentence. So then you can just write here. This will be assertion. And this will be for my first body paragraph, so we'll call it assertion number 1. Okay? So it's just your topic sentence. You know, one part of your thesis that you're arguing. Okay? And then when you get into your specific evidence that's going to prove that your assertion is correct, this is going to be your evidence. So we'll call this card evidence number 1, because this is the evidence for my first body paragraph. So there's that. And then the last one, this will be my analysis. So analysis, I'll put analysis number 1. So analysis, what we're saying there is, why do these two empires you're comparing have these similarities? Why do these similarities exist between them? Why do they both share these characteristics? Or what is it about these two civilizations that makes them have this difference that is between them? So what we've got here, just to kind of round out again, you've got your thesis statement. That's only one card, okay? This will be the assertion for your first body paragraph, your evidence for your first body paragraph, and your analysis for the first body paragraph. And then all you would do is when you get in your second body paragraph, this would be assertion number 2, topic sentence, evidence number 2, that proves that assertion correct, and then analysis number 2 that explains why these similarities or the differences as mentioned in your assertion and your essay are what they are. So that's probably the most confusing part. So if you guys have questions about that, let me know. But basically what would happen then is, the idea is when you guys would go to actually write your essay, and if we had this in like full paragraphs, these 3 cards taken together would just form one body paragraph. So topic sentence, evidence, analysis, there's a body paragraph. And then you would just have 3 sets of these for your 3 body paragraphs. So that's all you have to focus on. 3 sets of those and your thesis statement, and that's all I need from you by the end of the day on Wednesday. Okay? So there that is, to sum it up again. What I would tell you guys is, and you guys could pause and you could look over this, if I were you, I would focus on structuring your essay in the categorical split. Now, maybe you could use political, economic, and social. I don't think you need to necessarily group it according to the different space themes, but just like comparing them and their political, go back to the prompt for a second here. So if we're saying political methods of political control, so if you're talking about, social structures, so one paragraph could be about their social structures. If you're saying that the political system is used to help enforce their power, then your second one could focus on the political structures. And if your third one, you wanted to say like the military, then your third one could be about the military, and you could do similarities and or differences in there. The other 2, you can read through. You'll see that there's disadvantages to them. If there was one that I would maybe say that could be an alternative, it would be the middle similarities and differences one. But I would urge you to look into the categorical split one. That's just my opinion. Okay? So, here's what to do on day 1. Okay? Get into your partnership and just discuss your ideas. Okay? Obviously, no sharing or use of notes outside of class or you guys can share, you guys can go over things outside of class, but in class, there's no notes. You're just using your collective brain power to do it. And then just get an idea of where you and your partner are at. Just talk about what regions you want to focus on, what aspects are worth comparing. Can you defend your thoughts as you guys are talking this through? Do you have evidence to prove this? Can you provide analysis of why these similarities or differences exist? And after that, you guys can start to think of your argument, and that will lend itself to writing your thesis. So there's day 1 and day 2. Share what you guys found overnight, finalize your thesis, and then just work on your argument in a top-down fashion. So have your assertion or your topic sentence, your evidence, and your analysis, and just lather, rinse, repeat that process 3 times for your 3 body paragraphs. And I just said use as much evidence as you believe necessary to prove your point. I really don't think you need to go on the backside of any of these cards. I think you guys can get everything you need down on one side of the card. So hopefully that might ease your concerns about how much does he need. I really do think, not skipping lines, you guys could certainly fit it all on the front side of the card. Okay? For number 3, you guys can then just check your work against that info I mentioned earlier on 77 and 78 of your Essentials Guide. Then at the end of class on Wednesday, you guys can submit your 1 green card, that's your thesis, your 3 yellow cards, that's your assertions, your evidence on your 3 orange cards, and your analysis on your 3 pink cards by the end of class. And you guys can certainly be at this point earlier than just day 2. You know, if you're feeling really good and you're starting to get cracking at body paragraphs tomorrow, I mean, by all means, that's awesome. And, you know, when we get off our Google Hangout tonight, you guys can certainly talk about what you've been finding. So that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully you can watch this tonight before we get online and have the Google Hangout, and I will see you at 7 p.m. Take care, guys. Bye.